forecast with Chief Meteorologist Wade Hampton.
Well, good afternoon to you on this Thursday. Still warm outside, upper 80s and low 90s. As I explained at the top of this newscast, remember, it's actually warmer, the real temperature, farther inland because the air is drier. Dry air heats up much quicker than air that has more humidity in it. But of course, that's only part of the story. If you're outside, especially working out in that heat, you probably would know the difference, that the heat index is the real more important number. Those numbers are actually warmer here along I-10 because the humidity levels are higher, even though the actual temperature is a little bit lower. That's why during the summer months, we focus much more on that heat index and not as much on the actual temperature. Bottom line, this number, the heat index, will become more and more of an issue as we go through the next couple of days. Starting tomorrow, I think all of us will feel that increase in humidity levels. Look at the satellite radar, not much going on, just a few little passing clouds here and there, not much rain. We'll look at the radar locally in a moment. There are some storms to our north. These are dying, or at least they kind of keep regenerating here along the Red River. They're not heading in this direction, but some of these clouds could kind of head our way later tonight. Certainly not impossible. You'll see Futurecast tries to show that in a moment. Look at the radar locally. I don't see anything that looks like rain, and I say looks like because this thin line is not rain. That's actually the sea breeze boundary moving farther inland. If this passes you, the humidity levels go up even higher than they already are, no matter where you are. And that's going to be more of an issue probably in the next hour near DeQuincy and northern portions of Calcasieu Parish, northern Jeff Davis, maybe even into southern Beauregard and southern Allen. Now, once the sun sets, that boundary pretty much dissipates. It loses its energy to push any farther inland. Now, as far as rain, if anything were to develop, it could be along that boundary, but there's not a lot of moisture to work with. Futurecast is already showing rain, and there's none now, so I think the odds of additional rain developing are pretty slim. The real story is tonight, the heat index stays in the 70s overnight. I also don't see much support for this rain, but of course, with the humidity going up, an isolated shower is not out of the question. Better chance would be in the afternoon tomorrow, and even then, I think the odds of rain are pretty slim. But the heat index, yeah, look at that, upper 90s to 100. Area-wide except right at the coastline. So there's the frontal boundary to our south. It lifts north and then dissipates. So overall, rain chances, I'd say 10% or less, both tomorrow and Saturday. By Sunday, we may have a little bit more moisture to work with throughout the atmosphere, and that may allow an isolated shower or two. But even here, I don't foresee it being a big problem. So if you're making weekend plans, you should be okay. And of course, Monday is part of the weekend, with it being Memorial Day, at least for most of you that probably have the day off. Right now, I think the better chance for rain is going to be to our north, but we're going to be close enough that I am going to increase the rain chance just a little bit. But if the trends hold, we may not see much rain, but humidity levels will be higher, so those upper 80s are going to feel more like the mid to upper 90s. So plan the weekend outdoor events accordingly, not so much for rain, but for the heat and humidity.
It's supposed to be hot on Memorial Day.
It is. It's late May.
All right. Thanks a lot, Wade. Still to come on Live at 5.